So today I've got a fascinating guest called Juraj Kocar from Somavedic International. It's a biohacking product that I've used personally with myself and my family and seen excellent results. So welcome to the show, Juraj.
Hi, Steve, and thank you for having me.
Great. So we're going to be talking about Somavedic, which mitigates electromagnetic radiation. I'm personally a geobiologist trained through GeoVital, understanding what geopathic stress is, high frequency or radio frequency waves, low frequency and electrical fields, and then as well, obviously, electromagnetic fields that can come from power lines. So I was very interested in this product. Many natural medicine biohackers and healers are using the product worldwide. So we're going to be unpacking it today with Juraj. So Juraj, there's an incredible statistic on your website that says 99.9% of customers are satisfied with the Somavedic. Tell me, what is Somavedic and how come you've got so many satisfied customers?
Yes, so as you said, like Somavedic is a device that is mitigating the EMF, but the very first idea, intention when Somavedic was designed in 2010 was to mitigate the geopathic stress. There's also like a short story that is even before that, which is important to mention, that Somavedic was created basically out of need, as it usually is with a lot of things. So the founder of Somavedic, Ivan Rybyansky, he was suffering with like different health problems, and like the medicine was not able to help him. So he turned to Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. He started to study different healing properties of precious stones and minerals, and eventually he was able to heal himself. Then he started to help other people as well, and at the end he basically put together the knowledge into this device, into the Somavedic, which was, as I mentioned, the first version was to design to mitigate the geopathic stress. The geopathic stress comes from geopathic zones, which are basically places with negative vibrations coming from below the surface of the earth. For example, when you have tectonic plate or a flowing river, and this is creating like vibrations, and it's the research is showing that when you have bed on top of it, or an office chair where you spend more than 8 hours a day, it is negatively like affecting your health. So geopathic stress was the first thing, and then the EMF, let's say, mitigation was added. But how the Somavedic works and how it is different from like other products, other, let's say, products in this field, is that inside of each Somavedic there are real precious stones and minerals and precious metals as well. They are physically inside, and with a specific combination with natural energy amplifiers and let's say electronics that is inside, we are amplifying their properties and frequencies. So it is creating like a coherent bubble, like a protective, let's say, bubble around the device of up to 100 feet radius into all directions, penetrating walls and floors. And the research is showing that when our bodies are in that field, it has positive biological effects on our bodies. So, for example, sleep is improved, HRV is improved, there's normalization of blood pressure, free radical levels are normalized, which is really important, like an important biomarker. So yeah, this would be in a nutshell what Somavedic is and what it does.
Let's just go through some of the symptoms there. You said sleep, and then you said HRV, which is for the listeners or the viewers is heart rate variability, which is a sign of your stress. It's a difference between your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system. Really good to track over time and see what happens with those numbers. And I saw my HRV improve. But tell me, what other symptoms can do people say improve? I know your website has got a whole bunch of little pictures,
Yes.
but what are the main symptoms that people can use for a Somavedic?
Yes. So, I'll go back a bit to the blood pressure, for example, because the Somavedic was not designed to normalize blood pressure. It was designed to basically help the body to regenerate faster. And this is how we understand how it can be that Somavedic showed that 7 out of 10 people got their blood pressure normalized after 4 weeks of usage. So this way it's helping our bodies to regenerate. It's giving the space and energy for the body to heal itself. So the most common feedback that we get from our customers is that they sleep better, they have more energy during the day, they can focus more clearly, their brain fog is gone. Especially with women, they get rid of headaches, or they have much fewer headaches. And for example, doctors that have it in their office spaces, that they say they are more productive towards the end of the day because they have more energy and they can handle more patients. So this would be in a nutshell the sleep, the energy, the mental clarity, the brain fog, the headaches.
Great. It sounds incredible. I've personally, in my story, seen my Aura Ring data scores improve. I've seen my family improve in terms of their sleep, so I can testify to that. But tell me about your story. How did you get involved with Somavedic? What about your healing journey?
Yes, so my healing journey, I was also struggling with health quite a lot for about 4 to 5 years. It was during the time when I was studying at the university, but that was because of my lifestyle. I mean, I had terrible lifestyle, and that was going on for several years now, and it culminated at the university. And it was around 2003 to 2007. So I mean, I tried everything, every kind of supplement, everything I could think of and read, and nothing was working. And then I really radically from day to day changed my diet. I became raw vegan, and basically in a matter of 6 months, everything, all the symptoms, everything went away. It was such a huge difference. I lost a lot of weight because I was overweight, and but the body throughout the year basically rebuilt itself from the ground up. And right now I'm not a raw vegan anymore. I'm mainly eat it's a vegetarian, and I eat fish, etc. But that was just the story way back. But how I got to Somavedic was I was interested by the effects of pyramids, how they are affecting the food that you place into them. And I've met a friend of mine that was selling these pyramids, and I visited him, and he had these Somavedics, these lights all over the place. And I was asking what it is. He told me the story. It sounded really fascinating, and I couldn't feel there were 10 of them, and I couldn't feel anything. I just really liked them. I liked the stories and the personal experience he had behind it. So I took one home with a pyramid. I took one home, and as soon as I plugged it in, my jaw started buzzing, my head was spinning. So this was going on for about 2 to 3 hours, but then it stopped. And I had I just felt better. Then I took it to my office, and there I realized basically like the biggest difference that I realized with Somavedic was when I was leaving the office towards the end of the day. It was about 5 or 6 o'clock. There was a huge difference in the energy levels I had compared to any other day like before. And realizing this was like, wow, this is really like working. And this is very similar that other people that have it, or even doctors that have it in their office spaces, are describing. So yeah, I borrowed one to a few of my friends, and they had similar experience with detox, with sleep, with with brain fog and everything. And yeah, this was about 4 years ago, and I realized that because when I was struggling with my health, I like solved that, and I got healed myself thanks to like whatever I was reading and change of diet and everything. I always wanted to help in a way, like people, on as large scale as possible. This was something. This was for. It still is my inner calling for quite some time, and like then I found Somavedic, which was for me the perfect manifestation of the calling of what I wanted to do, to find such a like a universal device that is helping. Yeah.
Okay, great. But just tell me, how exactly does it work? I mean, how does it mitigate, electromagnetic radiation? What is the whole principle? And yeah, let me know.
Yes. Yeah. So it does not affect the EMF radiation or the wave frequencies itself. I mean, they are still there. You can measure them. They are still there. But how it is working, it's affecting our cells. So that means when the cell or our bodies are in the EMF field, they don't negatively react that much to the EMF influence. That's why labs from Germany, Austria, or Slovenia were able to measure improved biomarkers even when EMF field and when the Somavedic was like close to them.
Great. So tell me about your research. You mentioned research many times. Where can people find the research, and what has the research actually shown? And are there double-blind, randomized controlled trials on this?
Yes. So there's a German research showing of course, all the studies can be found on our webpage in the science section. And so in Germany, they were measuring the effects on HRV, which was positive after 4 weeks. Then the Czech doctors were measuring the effect on blood pressure and like psychological effects in terms of how they feel, how patients felt. So they decided to do a small preclinical trial with 10 people in order to test this. If this would go well, then would do like a full-scale double-blinded study. So they've done this test with 10 people for 4 weeks, and like the data is showing that at the end of the 4th week, like the blood pressure was normalized, or I mean, usually it was lowered. Then comparing to the first week when the data started. Also, what was very interesting for them, where they found even bigger improvement, was in the psychological state of the patients. They said they feel calmer, more relaxed. They were basically more happy, which is like an interesting finding. So this was done in the Czech Republic, and now by the doctors that actually bought Somavedic for the personal use. They saw the effects at home, and they decided, like, this is interesting, let's do a study. So basically they approached us that they would like to do the study. So they've done this like smaller preclinical trial, and now hopefully soon a full-scale study. But even the first test with 10 people were very promising, and they were very happy with it. And then we have studies from Slovenia, from Bion Institute, on how the Somavedic. So they were measuring different biomarkers like conductivity of the skin, stress levels, and how it is compared to when the Wi-Fi router is not there, or when the Somavedic is not there. And so it was this study was also successful.
So fascinating. In summary, they can get a lot of the research and science on your website, somavedic.com. There's more and more studies that are coming through. Are there any studies in America that are being done at the moment?
Yes. So we hopefully will be starting a study soon in UK. And one very interesting in Germany, and we are still in touch with 3, let's say, labs in the US, and like working on how to working on the how to make the study. So, but we definitely want to do like more studies than we have.
But it sounds like you're confident in the product. If you're prepared to do all these studies, you've got the research, So, I mean, 99% of people saying they're satisfied with the product is significant. Tell me, has the product been upgraded for 5G? Has it needed to be upgraded? I've got the Somavedic Green Ultra or Medic Ultra, I think.
Yeah.
So has it been upgraded, or how does it mitigate against this new 5G phenomenon?
Yes. So the first model that we introduced for the 5G, and this was last year, was the Amber, and then in September 2019, the Medic and the Medic Green Ultra were updated for the 5G. So this how we've done the measurements was that we were basically measuring the oxidative stress levels with people on people that are living near the 5G towers, and all of them like showed like basically like normal or neutral oxidative stress levels. So they were not experiencing any external like a stress markers.
So were extra precious stones put in, or extra precious metals, or what type of frequency was it looked at to actually ensure that 5G doesn't have the effect on the bodies?
Yes. So Somavedic does not have like a preloaded frequency. It's not that you would have there like a solfeggy frequencies, like the Harmonize frequencies amplified. What we are doing, we are really amplifying the properties of frequencies of the stones, which can't be measured like digitally. You can't measure that, but we can measure the effects of what the Somavedic is doing on our bodies. And in Europe, there are bioresonance devices, which in some countries are classified as a medical device for diagnostic and healing. And so these bioresonance devices were able to measure and confirm that like you have basically like 0 radiation levels in the cells.
Okay, great. So 5G being mitigated. Tell me about the different products. I've got the Medic Green Ultra. Start us from not the bottom, but your initial product all the way through, and what the major benefits are of getting a different one, if the listeners or the viewers are watching.
Yes, so I would start with the Medic Green Ultra, which is our bestseller. And what I did not mention yet is the water structuring capabilities of Somavedics. So this means that it's harmonizing the water, like the Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto was one of the first that brought it to like mainstream attention, how like structured water is beneficial to our bodies, as the structured water is in our cells. So it makes, when we are drinking structured water, it makes the water is more bioavailable. And even from the testimonials we have, as I said again, especially women feel it. They feel more hydrated. They don't need to drink like that much of water, but they feel the and the taste of the water is different. It's more smooth, more silky, and and the Somavedic is doing it with the same principle. You just put a jug of water next to the device, and for 15-20 minutes, and then it's basically ready, and you can drink from that. So the Medigreen Ultra is basically the bestseller, and is the best like price for money like ratio, where it has the 5G mitigation and water structuring. Then there's the lower model, like the Medic, that is very similar to the Medigreen Ultra, but it does not have the water structuring capabilities. Then there's the Traveler, which is designed for cars and hotels. When we travel, it's smaller. It's still like a crystal, like hand-blown crystal body, the corpus, but it's smaller, so you can take it like with you to plane, for example, or cars. And then there's the Atlantic, which is basically just for the water structuring. It has no EMF mitigation. It's just for the water structuring. And then there's the mentioned Ember, which is like the premium model that is like 4 times stronger than the Medigreen Ultra, and is designed and was designed especially you know, when you are in the city center, in corporate office, and like you've got like 50 Wi-Fi's and cell towers everywhere. So that's the ideal place.
Okay, great. Sounds like you got a range to meet everybody's needs. Tell me, what about structuring water? What is structured water for the viewers? I mean, give us a little bit of understanding there, because I think that's important for, you know, we put our water jug, our distiller right on top of the Medigreen Ultra at home, and it stays there for quite a few hours overnight, and it structures the water. And tell me why that is so important and what it is.
Yes, so when I get back to the like Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto, he found out that how our emotions and intentions are changing the structure of the water. That means when you freeze the water and put it under microscope, you would see there, if it's a structured water, you will see there a nice shape, like a pentagram, or it would look like a snowflake, like a 20 different versions of very nice snowflakes. If the water is not structured, which is usually with any kind of water that is in the tap or plastic bottles, the shape of the crystal is not nice. It's basically chaotic. And as mentioned previously, in our cells, there is only structured water. It's the most natural water that we have. So when we drink it, it's as close as it can get, and is more bioavailable. And so yeah, I mean, this is the and from the what the research is showing is that it's much more important. The structure of the water is much more important than the, let's say, the chemical composition. So there are like lots of videos and documentaries on structured water that people can see on YouTube, for example, where different scientists are like explaining what that is, why that is, and why it is important.
Great, thank you so much. But has your devices been sort of checked, or have there been research studies to show that the Somavedic would cause water to be structured? Has the water been tested afterwards?
Yes. So we've sent it to a Swiss lab, and they were measuring it in Switzerland in the like a dark field microscopy, and and just recently we got very beautiful like photos of they like a few weeks ago they just sent us because we were doing like we were measuring it again. Uh, and well, what was interesting is that they said that when they turned on the Somavedic, it was harder for them to measure it because it influenced almost the whole water in the lab. So they were not able that easily to measure the difference between not structured and structured. So they have to move the Somavedic and then test it. But we also are collaborating with Masaru Emoto's son in Japan, and he was testing, and he said very satisfied with the Somavedic as well. So we do have these photos and like a study.
Would you be able to send the photos and send the links and that with regards to, so that my tribe can have a look at the photos and have a look at the links if that's possible? Because
Sure, that's
I
not
think
a
that's
problem.
important. I think
Yeah.
water is a very important part of our health journey, making sure that we understand what structured water is. So well done to Somavedic for that. Where I do want to go now is the Somavedic for everybody? And I mean, I've got a little 4-year-old child, and her sleep has improved with the Somavedic. I also feel better if I put my hands on the Somavedic for quite a long time at night. It stays within 33 meters, which I think is around 100 foot with regards to our home and where we sleep in there. But is there a difference to if you put your hands on it, and is it good for babies and children?
Yeah, so it's not only good, but it's like recommended even for pregnant women, as like the energies are very subtle. It's not that that you would like feel some kind of like energy. It's very those are very subtle energies, and as we know, especially like babies, the smaller they are, the more vulnerable they are to the EMF. Because of the thin bones and everything. So far we have only like positive feedback with small children. For example, as you said, they sleep better, they nightmare disappear, or they behave better, and so it's safe. What we just don't recommend to put Somavedic. When someone buys a Somavedic and it's his first one, we don't recommend putting it into the bedroom, because the body is getting used to, for the first day or two, used to the frequency, so it might disturb your sleep, but this is just temporary. You don't need to have it in the bedroom because the range is quite big. So and as you were mentioning, like babies and children, we've done also, well, like we don't have it recorded in any study, but we were testing Somavedic in like classes with with autistic children, and the parents got back to us with like amazing feedback that just they behave differently. They are just more, they're more observing the environment. They giving more feedback. So we had also great feedback from when working with autistic children.
Well, that's fascinating. Would you be looking at doing research on that, on autistic kids? Because I mean, there's some definitive markers that can be assessed. The child was like this, and now after Somavedic, the child is like this, and the biomarkers have improved.
Yes, we definitely wanna do this as well.
Okay, where were the testimonials for the autistic children, or is that worldwide? Or
No, it was done here locally in Czech Republic in Prague.
fantastic.
We don't have like the testimonials on our webpage. We were just like testing it with people, because we knew parents that had these children, so we offered them this that we would like to try. That they agreed, and then they said like, yeah, this is doing great. But then some parents didn't want to, like to have it there. So yeah, we had to take it away. But we want to do like a serious study about it, because we know like the effects.
Great, fantastic. Now, how many units have been sold worldwide, and where is your greatest area of growth, and where's Somavedic International going in the future?
Yes, so we've been established in 2010, and we have very good like network in Europe and in Japan. Last year we entered the US market, and like so far we've sold more than 40,000 devices. They are being sold basically all over the place. The biggest market for now is the US, where we are expanding like quite fast and mainly organically. It's really like a word of mouth recommendation, and it's growing fast. And from there, to Australia, to Asia, and we have great feedback. Again, it's organic like traction from Singapore. So so there are lots of opportunities out there.
Great, well done to you. I've got two last questions for you, Juraj. One is, you've obviously been in the health space for a long time. You've seen a lot of people. You've helped a lot of people. What are your 3 top biohacks, or what are your 3 top pieces of advice for health, wellness, and performance?
So it would be quite simple. So quite simple advice, but everybody has a different approach. My approach is trying not to stress a lot in these times. To very like if there is any like a situation that would threaten my life, I always try to. It's not easy sometimes, but I trying to do that as fast as possible, to accept it and look at it from the better perspective. And if there's no such, and if I can't find any at that moment, then I'll just accept it and okay, is what it is, but let's move on. So the advice is not staying too much in in loops and in stress and everything. Then it would be grounding, like walking barefoot and in grass and whatever you like on your garden, which is, if you found the research, like it's very simple. It doesn't cost you anything, and the effect is immediate. Like the first second then you touch the ground, your like the voltage is like normalized in your body. So, and of course, the longer you stay, the longer positive effect it has. But even the first like 1 second is enough. And there are also lots of nice videos and documentaries about the like inflammation is improved just with very simple things. Then it would be proper hydration and sleep. And I mean that would be it. As I said, it's very basic and simple, but this is my approach.
Yeah, very important, and that links with ancestral wisdom, what people have been doing for generations, from grounding, getting their feet on the ground, avoiding stress, which is a huge, factor in people's biochemistry and their wellness and their well-being, and obviously sleep. Sleep is becoming, and hydration is becoming so important for performance and well-being. One last question is, what I find is many people battle to maintain or sustain healthy habits. So they start losing weight, and then the research shows that within 5 years, people that have lost weight put back the weight on. 95% of people, some studies, 80% of people, some studies show they put the weight back on, and some of them even gain more weight, or they start a healthy diet within 6 months or a year. They're off the healthy diet. What are the key factors or the key pieces of advice you can give the audience and about how to sustain healthy habits or healthy change? What are the keys?
Yeah, that's a that's a several billion-dollar question, I would say, because everybody, I mean, not everybody, but lots of people and companies, and there's like a huge just industry built around this. But from my personal experience, if if I ever stick to something, then I would have to start slowly and don't put too much pressure on myself. If I fail, then I fail. Okay, but let's do it again. So very continuously improvement, and this is what worked for me. And I'm not a professional or anything in this, but this worked for me and for a few others that I've talked with. Start slowly, no pressure, and because then it's just a matter of matter of time that it might backfire in case you don't feel good in what you are doing.
Oh, fantastic. Tell us what's going to happen with Somavedic in the future. What are your plans? We're sitting in South Africa and we want to get this product out to South Africa and Africa. What are your plans with expansion or new products or new research?
Yeah, so we don't plan any new products. What we have is more than enough. What we do plan is new research. As I said, to levels of free radicals, blood pressure, the autistic children. So this is what we plan, and of course work more with companies that because now there's like home office, but working now with companies, so they would helping them create a space where their employees would feel better.
Great, thank you so much. And like I said, I've personally benefited. I've seen my data points improve with the Somavedic. My family sleep has improved. There's a serenity and calmness that comes with this device. There's many times I'll put my hands around it, and there is you can sense there's a different type of frequency and field that it emits. So thank you to you, Juraj, for your support. Your service has been incredible. Your connection and engagement has been superb. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And the Made to Thrive tribe will receive a 20% discount if you go to the special deals on the Made to Thrive website. And this is for my community. And there's a code that you can use that'll link you to the Somavedic website. Just tell us about all your handles, your social media handles, and where people can find Somavedic and find yourself, Juraj.
Yes, so our webpage is somavedic.com. Our Instagram is Somavedic International. And if somebody would like to reach out to me, then it's hello@somavedic.com. So it's this simple.
Great. We wish you well, and we thank you for your work. And the testimonials are there. 40,000 units is a long track record, 10 years in the industry, and hopefully Made to Thrive and Somavedic can work closer together, and we can get this amazing product to more Africans on the continent. So thank you so much, and all the best to you, and appreciate your valuable time and your expertise.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, and thank you for inviting me, and looking forward to our collaboration.
Great. Thanks so much.